1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon. Oh.
Okay.
Right, so do you want to do the opening remarks for us, please, on this one? Let's go.
Indeed. Good afternoon, everybody. Here we are with the Football Referee, segment 1. I'm Trevor Gear, and he calls me Bruv.
You had to think about that, didn't you?
I did.
And I'm Emmy Hikins, and he calls me Cuz. Welcome to the Football Referee. Now, at the weekend, your Palace played Leeds, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, there was an incident.
Near to you, of course, Leeds, isn't it? Leeds, Bradford, that's near to you.
Yeah. Now, there was an incident where the referee had to give a yellow card, and he gave a second yellow card, but he didn't give a red card. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Well, I was there, of course. Thomas Bramall was the referee. We've had him before, and I always say, before I say any criticism of referees, it is the hardest job on the football pitch, and possibly in other sports as well, but particularly on the football pitch, I would say, because on other games, for example, like hockey or ice hockey, I believe, or certainly hockey, the refs tend to be at the side of the pitch. You get a couple of referees, one each side, and so on, without having to be in the middle of what's going on. And actually, there was, just to digress slightly, there was the Chelsea game. I don't know whether you saw it, but the Chelsea players, they do their huddle now before the kickoff, and they like to do it round the centre circle, which is strange, because before kickoff, usually most teams I think now do a huddle, don't they? Once they've tossed the coin, chosen ends, the captains have done that, and so each team then goes into its huddle, usually halfway between the halfway line and the goal, so the goalkeeper can come and join them. And it's only for a minute or so where they do what they do. I mean, quite why they need to do it when they've probably been in the dressing room for half an hour or more, but it's something that they do. Good luck to them. But Chelsea lately have taken to do it on the centre circle, which is where the referee usually stands with the ball. It's his ball at that stage, while they're having their huddles. Well, perhaps you didn't see this, but
I did.
Paul Tierney, the ref, suddenly found himself surrounded by the Chelsea players, and they're all sort of leaning in, a bit like a rugby scrum. And I couldn't really believe what I was seeing, because Paul Tierney, he just stood there. He didn't look embarrassed, really. He didn't look, and you think he might have done. I don't understand at all. If it had been me, I'd have said, "Excuse me, fellas, just a minute, let me out of here." I wouldn't have stayed in there. As it was, Cole Palmer, our friend Cole Palmer, an early stage of this, once they all realised the ref was in the middle, although there was no reaction by the players, really. Cole Palmer put his arm on the shoulder of the ref, who didn't seem to particularly want that. And then, as Cole Palmer did, he took his hand and he was sort of looking up at the ref, who looked. It was like some sort of pre-arranged part of the game. I mean, it was incredible. And in fact, the Rossini, the Chelsea manager, I think, was quite annoyed. He said, "I don't know what was going on there," he said, "but I'm going to report it to the PGMOL, the Referees Association," but which seems a bit over the top. But it was kind of surreal to see the referee standing his ground, as if he's saying, "Well, no, you're not. This is where I stand before the match. You can't come here." But he accepted they were all around him, and it's just the eye contact with Cole Palmer that was just incredible. So that's one of those rare things I don't think anyone has ever seen before in this country. We may never see again. It was just surreal.
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, three beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the show.
See again, it was just surreal. But anyway, to come back to Thomas Bramall, the referee at Palace Leeds, I think overall he's quite a good ref. That's my personal view, and I always say the ref has the toughest job in the game of football. And it's very easy to criticise the refs. They do make mistakes like anybody. They have two assistant refs or linesmen, and they should, in theory, be there to help. I mean, the whole concept is that the linesman, as we know, just to remind ourselves, each linesman only has one half of the pitch to run at. You can't go beyond the halfway line, either of them. So they're doing opposite ends, and they're monitoring the offsides basically and the throw-ins. So in theory it's a good setup, isn't it? You've got the ref choosing his position running around the pitch, and you've got kind of, depending on where the ball is and where the players are, you've got this kind of diagonal. You've got the ref in the middle and two lines people quite well placed to see what's going on. So it's a good system. Anyway, in this particular case, it was a bit surreal in what happened, because Goodmanson was the player concerned, and he fouled our player, Ismaili Sarr, who went down like a sack of potatoes. He really did. And although he doesn't tend to dive, I don't see him as a diver, he does sometimes make the most, as some players do, of the situation. I mean, I remember a goal he scored a few months ago, and he was very close to the goal. He kicked the ball in, and as he did it, he fell, and he laid prostrate on the floor. And he thought, God, is he dead? He didn't really think that, because he didn't move. And the rest of the team were going mad. Great goal, and the crowd was going mad. But he just laid there, and in fact, seemingly after about, 30 or 40 seconds, he got up and was right as rain. It's like sometimes when a player scores, it has a strange effect on them. So, I mean, we used to have a Michael Elise who's at Munich, Bayern Munich, and he's done so many assists and goals this season. I think I said the other day, he's one of the best wingers in the world nowadays. But when he scored a goal, and he often scored great goals for Palace, he would just stand there. He sort of run and scored it in, long way out, and he stands there, turns around. All the other players surround him and, congratulate him. And he just used to stand there without a smile on his face. And it was weird, because you think that the joy of scoring a goal at any level, but particularly at the top level, would overtake people, which it usually does. But anyway, that was his way of celebration. Anyway, so Sarr had just been fouled, Ismaili Sarr, the other side of the pitch, and he was actually down with the trainers.
Say hello to old Mimi, Dr. Gladys and Rose, three beautiful ladies who join us on our shows. There's one other bro, sometimes joins us on the